again. Okay. All right. Hey, everybody. We are at RageCon 25. I had to get that right. And I'm with Bree Woodward, and we are going to talk about The Lord of the Rings, Fate of the Fellowship, designed by Matt Leacock, my old buddy. Okay, so why don't you go ahead and tell us what it's about and what sets it apart and your favorite aspects and all that good stuff.
All right, so Fate of the Fellowship is a pandemic system game. So there are a series of pandemic system games. An example is Clone Wars or Fall of Rome. And pandemic systems, if you are familiar with base Pandemic, they use some of the familiar mechanics. But this game in itself is a wholly different game. It is a much bigger, more crunchier experience than base Pandemic. And in this game, we are all cooperatively playing as the Fellowship, and our aim is to get Frodo to Mount Doom to destroy the One Ring. And that is the final objective. And in any game of Fate of the Fellowship, you will have to, as your final objective, destroy the One Ring.
Gotcha.
There are 3 other objectives that we have to complete first before we can destroy the One Ring. And in the game, there's 24 different objectives, which you draw randomly every game. So it's going to be a totally different experience every time you play. And in the game, we are playing as the Fellowship, and every player is going to be controlling 2 characters at a time.
Like these 2 right here.
Yeah, like these 2 right here. This is a player setup, and you're going to be splitting your actions across the characters. So you do 4 actions on one character and 1 action on another character. So you have some really interesting decisions to make, and depending on which characters you are playing, there can be some very cool synergies between them and their abilities. There's 13 total characters in the game. A personal favorite of mine is Gollum. And you will have a totally different experience with every game, just depending on the objectives you draw, depending on the characters that you're playing. And it's a really great experience with a lot of replayability. So in this game, as we're trying to get Frodo to Mount Doom, we're also going to be dealing with threats. So we have these troops here, these enemy troops that are going to be moving along battle lines. They're going to be deploying, reinforcing, and advancing along battle lines coming after us.
And do the color of the battle lines mean something?
They do, yeah. So these shadow cards here, they have battle lines on them in different colors so that you know which troops move along the lines.
Both color and pattern, I see.
For colorblind people, yes. We dual coded them. And this threat rate tracker here, which will go up in the game, determines how many of those cards we have to turn over. So it gets more and more difficult as this goes up.
Okay.
We also have this hope and despair tracker, which can go up and down depending on actions that you take in the game or things that happen. If you lose all hope, then it is game over and you lose the game. So you always want to be thinking about that when you're playing.
Right. And I see there's dice rolling in the Eye of Sauron over here as well.
Yeah, so the Eye of Sauron, represented like this on the map, this is always hunting for Frodo, along with the Nazgul, who are chasing after him. And they are going to impact these search dice here, which search dice, you can roll them in this tower that comes in the game.
And that is too cool.
Yeah, and this amazing tower does pack away fully assembled, so you don't have to rebuild it every game.
I love that.
And these search dice, sometimes bad things can happen on these, so...
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and then these are the battle dice here, so you can do battle with these enemy troops, and you'll be rolling these ones.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, and what is this right here?
So these are the player cards, and much like in Pandemic, you're going to have cards that allow you to do things, help other players. You can trade them if you're in the same location. And they also provide resources. So like these tokens here are resources on the cards.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome talking to you again.
Yeah, Fate of the Fellowship coming out end of August in the US.
Awesome.
Can't wait for you to try it.
Thank you.
Yeah.